Hello, this is a follow-up to the Create Your Own Game in Godot tutorial. I have been requested to create a follow-up tutorial where we explore exporting the project for web, so you can use it on websites like itch, and then play your games in browser. So if you haven't done our previous tutorial, please check the link in the description and complete that. We're just going to keep going with the project as is. At the end of that video, we exported our project for Windows, but now we're going to export it to web. So it's a pretty similar step. So all we need to do is go to Project, and then Export. And you might see no presets here, that's fine. You just add and go to Web, and then you'll see your web preset. You don't have to touch any of this. This is all fine. You don't need to muck with any of these settings. Just go straight to Project, Export Project, and then we'll make a new folder. So I'll right click and make a new folder, and we'll just call it Web Build. It's always good to export your stuff in separate folders, just so that it just keeps things nice and clean. The other thing to keep of note is your file has to be called index.html. This is because when itch opens the file, when you upload it, it looks for index.html specifically. So you just need to make sure that that name is exactly as is. You can turn off export with debug if it isn't already, and then just hit save, and that'll just export. So now if I go into my settings, my folder, sorry, I'll navigate to where I saved that folder. So we'll see web build, and then we'll see a bunch of files to use. So let's hop on over to itch. And I've already got my itch account set up, but if you haven't already, you'll need to do so. And then we can just go to upload new project, which brings us to the new project page. So we can call this something like my awesome platformer web or something, and we can make a description for it. I made a platformer, which is fine. What are we making? We're making a game. What kind of project? We're going to change this from downloadable to HTML, which tells itch that the game that we're about to upload is playable in browser. We can change this if we want to, we can just leave it. The main one is this button, the upload files button. So we can just hit upload file, and we'll double click web build. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to zip all the files up, because this just makes it in the format that itch wants. So all we do is we drag and we select all of our icons. We'll right click, and then we'll send it to a zip folder. We can just leave it unnamed, or we can name this whatever. We just hit open, and then that's already uploading. So just give it a second to upload. Right, so that's successfully uploaded. All we need to do is then, wrong one. We just have to toggle this button that says this file will be played in the browser. So then itch will automatically make the web version of the game possible. The next thing we're going to do is change the viewport dimensions. Because the game is at a different window size, we want to make sure that these numbers match so that we don't get weird scaling errors. So if I go into Godot and I open up the project settings, and then I'll search for window, display window, we can see that we've set the height to the default of 1152,648. So if I just Control C to copy it and then paste it in here, right? So this will now match the built-in screen to the size that we initially set. If you wanted to change the size on the screen, just make sure that it maintains the same ratio, whatever that may be for your specific project. The next thing we're going to do is turn on shared array buffer support. This just makes sure that shaders and graphics stuff loads properly. Just make sure it's turned on. This is the description. You can just make that whatever you need. You can set genres, tags, AI generation, new. We can do a whole bunch of things. This is all optional stuff. I'm going to leave this as draft, but when you're ready to publish, just change it to public. If we scroll right to the top again, there's a couple other things on the right side. We've got cover images. We can pop a gameplay link and a couple screenshots. This is all flavor stuff and it's not really required to actually play the game, but I'm just going to hit save and view page. Yeah, we can see our description is loaded. The title is quite there. But if I hit run game and let it load, the game loads. We can play the game in browser exactly as is. There's also a couple other things we could do to edit the game's look. So we can go to edit theme and we can change a whole bunch of stuff regarding colors. We can change the font to a different font if we wanted to. We could upload images and stuff. This is all flavor stuff and it doesn't really matter to actually playing the game. But yeah, that should be everything you need to get started on Itch. If you have any questions, please drop it in the comments. And happy developing!